Hello to anybody watching. Welcome to my live commentary of a TF2 match. I want to quickly do something. I'm not sure how long this video will be. I doubt it'll be as long as my other ones where they're like 20-30 minutes long, because this is just going to be like a Dust Bowl match. Well, Dust Bowl kind of goes on for a while, so I doubt it'll be the entire match. I probably will stop recording at some point when I run out of things to blabber about. But this is basically going to be like my other videos where I just kind of sit here and talk. Instead of a certain subject, I'm just going to be kind of talking about whatever. I figured this would be pretty easy to get out compared to my other stuff, which is just ranting, but I don't gotta pay my friend to edit a video for me. I can just sit here and talk. And I do like this kind of style of videos. It kind of reminds me of like a really old like YouTube commentaries where you ever see like those kind of things where like creators get big, where like they just do this kind of stuff or they'll just talk over gameplay. I don't have anything plans to get big, don't worry. I just kind of like talking. So I figured I'd make that. I want to talk about like what I want to do with the channel, what my plans are. It's the worst fucking crit ever. I got two of them. That's not too bad. That could have been worse. I don't play TF2 nearly as often as I used to, so if I'm not great, don't shoot me. I'm also playing and talking, so I won't be able to play the number one of my abilities. But back on subject where I was talking about. I want to kind of talk about what I want to do with this channel in the future, what the plans are for it, because I can't get videos out as often as I'd like due to my lack of editing experience and the fact that this isn't my job, so I don't have all that much time to do it. Right now, it is currently May 17th, 2024, which means I just finished my first semester of college, which was cool. That was a nice time, kept me busy. But I'm now also working a full-time job in preparation for the next semester. I got a decent bit of free time, I would say. I don't really do a whole lot at my job, but I still really enjoy it. So I would like to learn how to do a bit more editing so I can get more of those like longer rant style videos about whatever topic. Like before like a payday one, like I really enjoyed the way that one came out. Although I didn't edit it myself. This pyro's gonna, yep, there I go. I did not expect to get out of that one alive. I want to do more videos like that because they're really fun, and I like being able to sit there and just like really hyper fixate on one topic for a really long period of time. And like I mentioned on the community tab that I wanted to do a Persona 3 one, as I just recently got into playing Persona games, and I really liked 3, so I'm like, oh, let me talk about this, and I'm in the midst of playing 4 right now, so maybe I'll end up still doing that Persona 3 one. I have it recorded, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of sitting there. I haven't really done anything with it. Like, I kind of want to learn how to edit it myself. At the same time, I don't want it to be like shit, but I'm not sure how much shittier I could actually make it, considering it's literally just me unedited talking. So I'm sure it could be worse, and the 1 or 2 people who decide to watch it will maybe enjoy it. I don't know. And if you've watched my other 2, and I guess you know what to expect from it. Yeah, I was really hoping I'd get that scout right there. But I want to do more videos like this, like I mentioned. I do like doing something like this where I can just kind of play a game and talk. It kind of feels like it's like one of those like late nights you have with like a friend, where like you guys aren't really doing anything specific, but like you're just kind of sitting there talking, and playing a game like TF2 is just kind of like in the background basically for you. Oh, I gotta lock in here. Oh no, I completely threw that. Oh god, that was awful. All right, I can get back in there. Like I said, I have not played there's the Flock Pyro. I have not played TF2 in quite a while. Well, it's a lie. I played like 3 days ago, but it was just on like some random community server. I wasn't like doing like an actual like game. It was one of those like trade Minecraft servers where you just kind of go in and like just spam shit and do nothing for 3 hours straight while you just talk to friends. So excuse my inability to perform well. As you know, I'm just in the middle of the leaderboard there. So sorry about. All right, so back on topic. Less about TF2. But like I said, I like these kind of style of videos. They're very quick. Like I'm just gonna kind of throw this up. I'm not gonna edit anything from it, as I guess there's nothing really to edit. It wouldn't be much of a live commentary where it's just my thoughts if it had editing, because then I could just cut things out. Of course, if something were to happen in the middle of my recordings, I probably would cut it out. Like I don't know if there's a gunshot outside and like someone screams, I'd probably cut that out because that stinks. I don't want to hear that. So that probably wouldn't make it in the video or anything like that. But this should be unedited from start to finish. So I hope whoever watches it enjoys it, like I mentioned. But yeah, like I said, I want to get the Persona 3 video out at some point. I had a few other ideas that I want to do for videos. A while ago, I mentioned, I think this was when the Payday video came out. No, this was when the Elden Ring video came out. One idea that I had is I want to do like some scripted content where I had this whole video planned where I wanted to talk about like modding in video games and go through like some of my favorite examples of games with mods. I want to go through like Team Fortress, Gary's mod. I want to go through like Guilty Gear, even though that's like it's a modded game, but it's not like in the same way like you would mod like Gary's mod where it just adds like tons of content. It's more like just reskins or something. But it's still something I want to talk about. But I realized looking at it that like this kind of video has been done to death. Like I bet you could just type in like how Gary's mod changed gaming or some shit like that on YouTube and find like 100 like video essays of people talking about how influential Gary's mod is. And I love Gary's mod, but like I feel like everyone just already talked about that. And plus, I'm really surprised that sniper didn't pull out like a pan or something, just smack me to death. Shit, what was I talking about? I completely lost track. Yeah, like I want to do like more scripted content, but then I kind of realized, you know, everyone kind of does these. And then I want to do like more long scripted ones compared to like that like relatively shorter one a mod video would be, where I talk about like a certain game that I really, really like. But like at the same time, I kind of struggle like what to say about it that hasn't already been said. Because this isn't me like on some high horse, like, oh, I only play old games. But like I don't really play a whole lot of new video game releases, just because it's like I've just been burned way too many times on buying a game at launch. Like Cyberpunk and Payday is a great example. Those are the last two games I've purchased at launch, and both times I've been feeling just very meddling about the whole thing. It's just very meh. And oh, there goes my $60 and nothing to really speak about. Of course, there's indie games, but a lot of the times, like I'll play an indie game like months after release when like I hear a bunch of people talk about it. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. I'll go and play that. And by that point, a bunch of people have already made videos on it. And another thing that I cannot stand about video essays is I know you've probably seen them if you watch that kind of content at all, where it'll be like this, like I don't know, I'll make up a game. I don't know, Half-Life 2. It's like how Half-Life 2 changed the internet. That's a big one. The whole like changed the internet's like a big thing they put in titles now. Like how Half-Life 2 changed the internet or something. It's like, oh, that actually sounds kind of interesting. It's like a genre-defining title, like, you know, completely changed video games and what a physics engine could represent, like in a game, and like just how like far you can push technology at the time. And then you watch the video, and the first like 60% of it, if not the entire thing, is just a lore summary where it's like, oh, you start off they talk about Valve or whatever, and then it's like, and then Gordon wakes up and does this, and then Gordon goes here, and it's like, then you should have labeled the video like Half-Life's story, but that's not nearly as interesting. So I want to avoid things like that, because I did try writing a video like that years ago. I was like a freshman in high school, and I really wanted to do the game of Mori. It's like I was like hyper fixated on that at the time, and like, yeah, let me make a video on that. I had this whole thing planned. I even got like an artist to draw my little TF2 character, like the Amori art style. Like if you're here from my Instagram page, you might recognize this from like my old TF2 page days. But like I had this guy drawn as like in the Amori art style. It's super corny looking back on it, but like, yeah, I'll do that. And I looked at the script, and it's just a plot summary. That's all it is. I still have it on my computer, like on my Google Docs. And I was reading through it like before making this video, and I'm like, this would have just been the most uninteresting video possible. Like, if you want the Amori like run through, you just read the Wikipedia, or better yet, just play the damn game yourself. It's like $20 and cheaper on sale. And also, it doesn't help that my feelings on Amori have changed a lot over the years. And that might be something I make a video on similar to this, where I just kind of talk about it. But that game, like, it meant a lot to me. And I still really enjoy it. I still think it's a good game. But I just think I overhyped it a lot. Like, as a game itself, like, just like a core game, if you take the story away and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of boring. It's a very boring RPG, to be frank with you. It's very easy. The only time I got like a real, oh, that is so disappointing. I've been playing shit like total shit this match, so sorry about that. What was I saying? I think the RPG elements to itself is just kind of meddling. It's very easy, and that's not me on some high horse either. Like, oh, I'm just so fucking good at video games. But like, the only time there was actually a real challenge was when I went to go 100% the game, and there's that like optional boss where you can fight one of like Sweetheart's like alternate personas or whatever. And that one, I think it was Perfect Heart is the name. That one's kind of difficult. But like even that, like I just cheesed the shit out of it. Where like you just take Kel and I think it was who else was it? Kel, I think Aubrey's part of the strategy. I'm not sure. That or Hero, one of the two. No, it's Kel and Amori are part of the strategy, and Aubrey and Hero just kind of like heal you the whole time. But you basically just Kel nuke every single turn. Like you just feed him like turkey and like coffee, and he does like triple crit damage or some shit. Oh shit! What the hell is this engineer doing? All right, well, did I kill myself? I don't even know what the hell I died from. Whatever, it worked. I got 3 kills there. That was perfect. Um, but yeah, overall with Amori, I just thought it was kind of a meddling experience. So like, if I made that video then, I would probably just been glazing it the whole time, talking about how it's like God's gift to Earth, when in reality it just doesn't have a whole lot going on for it. The story's okay, but the pacing's fucking terrible. Like, I would have just been glazing this. 7 out of 10 game at most, and then looking kind of like a fool later on. But at the same time, it would have been interesting to see like my past self talk about a game like I hyper fixated on. So that would have been kind of cool. But there are still like a lot of games I'd love to sit here and rant about that I'm sure people have talked to death about, like Valve games in general. I've been a huge Valve dork ever since I was like 10 years old. With when I played Portal and Half-Life for the first time, I've just been like obsessed with this company and their games. So like I would love to sit there and talk about that. Other things like Metal Gear, the Metal Gear series, I have absolutely adored Metal Gear since I don't even know how old I was. I was like 9 or 10. I would love to talk about that one day, and like growing up and being so excited for like a Metal Gear release, and like to be able to experience it when it released, because like every time I played Metal Gear, they were out for a while. Like I was only a baby boy when Metal Gear Solid 4 released, so the lead up to Metal Gear Solid 5 for me was really really cool, and I really really wanted the game, and my mom wouldn't buy it for me because it was $60, and I'm coming at her out of the blue like, "Mommy, can I have $60 for a video game?" And it's like, no, fuck off. But I remember I watched the YouTuber Dashi play it, and I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever. And I like would like binge watch YouTube videos on it. Like, this is the coolest thing known to man. And I bought it on my Xbox 360, and I wasn't very good at it. I think it was Xbox 360. I don't know. I bought it on something. I don't think I had an Xbox One at the time. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. But when I did buy it eventually, I was not very good at it, and I didn't finish it for quite a while. My only other experience with Metal Gear was Metal Gear Solid 3, 2, and 1. And those are very different games in the way they feel. And I thought Metal Gear Solid 5 was a lot harder for some reason. When going back on it, I 100% at the game a few years ago, and I thought it was honestly a lot easier than the other Metal Gear games. I think getting big boss ranks, like the S ranks on other levels, is way easier in MGS5, because I think you just have so many more tools to use at your disposal. Okay, I'm gonna get off of that subject. I'm realizing now that I'm just like talking about Metal Gear, and oh, what the hell, fucking barrel. And now I'm just talking about Metal Gear. I don't remember what the point of this video truly was. I think it's just for me to talk. What else? Like, yeah, video ideas. I have that Persona 3 one at some point, and I wonder if Persona 3 is gonna be similar to Amori, where like a few months down the line, I look back on it and I go, it wasn't like the best, but like at right now, like if you ask me like, oh, what do you think about Persona 3? I could sit there and talk about it for a million years. Yeah, I saw the crit rifles like in the corner, like the bullets flying. I'm like, I just knew that was not going to end well. But I wonder if like Persona 3 is going to be that same thing for me. It's like, yeah, it's one of the best games ever created, and then in a few months I go, well, you're saying it's not that great. It's kind of whatever. But that's besides the point. Whether it gets made or not will be determined. So that I'm gonna like a community post. I have no clue if anybody saw it, because I mainly just like announce these kind of things on my Instagram, like on my Instagram story. So if you're here, like I mentioned, you probably saw it there. I don't even know if I'll put this on my Instagram story, just because it's like, it's not a video I can like sit there and put like a gold medal on my shirt. Like, I'm kind of proud of that. It's like, I didn't do anything. To be fair, I didn't do anything for the other videos either. I just sat there and ranted that my friend edited for me. Um, but I want to try to learn how to edit myself. I have a cracked version of Sony Vegas that my friend sent me. So at some oh shit, there's a spy. At some point, I do want to learn that and make something better than what I'm doing now. Although I do really enjoy these kind of like these little videos, like I mentioned 100 times before. But I would like to do something kind of scripted, something a little bit better, higher quality. I just gotta find a topic to talk about, because I don't want to just like run over the same topics everyone else does. Because you ever see like those video essays on like, no matter what topic it is, they all have that one video that's like so overdone. Like for video essays, I think the number one is like the rise and fall of the Simpsons. How season 8 was the last before Zombie Simpson. It's like, oh my god, fuck off. That's like all you guys ever talk about. Why is it always this? This guy's kicking my ass. Um, it's always about like The Simpsons. I'm trying to think of some other ones like for video games. The one I can't stand is video games aren't fun anymore, and it's like the picture of like a fucking like Minecraft Steve, and like that like 4K ultra realistic like wheat field, and it's like yeah, of course it's not fun anymore for you. You've been playing the same game for 12 years straight. Like they get a little boring, and it's like it's like, yeah, like we're not kids anymore. It's like, yeah, you're not a kid anymore. Maybe you don't have that same childlike wonder, but if you play other games, I'm sure you'll find some enjoyment out of it. But like, I want to avoid making just shit like that, where I'm just like rehashing subjects that a million other people have talked about. So I don't want to like talk about things unless I can give like my own fresh insight on it. Or, oh, this is gonna end poorly. Okay, no, whatever. It's basically a draw. I'll take that. That was fine. That was not so bad. What was I talking about? But yeah, going forward with this channel, I do want to like put things out a little bit more often. Probably more videos like this because they're really easy for me. Maybe I'll try once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, or whenever I just feel like it. Because I don't want to put like a time on these things. Because like I feel like I always put myself on like a time limit, where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a Persona video up by the end of the month, and then the end of the month hits, and it's like I don't really feel like doing that right now. So when time permits, I will do it. Like I said, I work a full-time job now, and sometimes I feel like coming home and just like talking to my friends or playing a video game or doing something else, and I don't feel like sitting there and talking. But I realized I've rambled on long enough. Let me look at OBS. Oh, I've been going for 17 minutes. Okay, that's I think shorter than the payday video. So this will be my shortest video to date. Like I said, I hope I get these out more often. I thank you for listening to me ramble. If you made it to this point, um, if you're just finding this video without seeing my other stuff, welcome or goodbye, I guess. I have an Instagram down below where I talk about things. I put reposted memes and all that kind of bullshit. My Steam will also be linked below in case you ever just like feel like keeping up with what I'm doing. I guess that little double kill, just one kill and assist was I guess a nice way to end it. So I'll emote here in the corner for a second before I get OBS to shut it down. Thank you for looking at this, and I hope to see you again at some point. Bye bye.